Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Discuss the latest news, just fans giving their views. This channel is red. They see the bar and raise it, plus they rep for the ladies. Trust it's red. Female voices in football. Red. If you want to talk up, it's a red channel for me and you. Subscribe and tune into the Ladies in Red.
Hi guys, welcome back to Ladies in Red. Soph and Zeo show is back. I don't know where to start with this one. The state of our club at the minute, Zeo. I do not know where to start. Firstly, how are you doing?
I just realised how contagious your smile is because I was trying not to smile. And then I saw your face and it made me smile and I don't want to smile. That's how I'm
hiding
doing.
The pain.
I just realised. See, even looking at you now, it's me. Stop. Okay. That's how I'm doing.
It's one of them where you laugh or cry. That's how I feel right now. After seeing it at Old Trafford. Till the final whistle, I'll add. The other day. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're watching at home. Did it look any better from at home than it did in the stadium?
Yeah, it looked like we won 5-0. Oh my God. I don't know. Obviously, you would have picked up the atmosphere from the fans and that, but like even watching it and hearing the fans through the TV, it just sounded dread.
It was. You know what I will say though? I was sat by the tunnel, obviously in the singing section. Fans did not singing all the way up until after the final whistle. I stayed just to see what the reaction was towards Ollie and whatnot. Even after the final whistle, the fans did not singing, and that was the only proud moment of that day. To be honest with you, like everything else, dire. But that, like the fans, I thought fair play. Like that's the only way you can. Even when your team's getting peppered at home against your biggest rivals, that's the only way you can do it. Really, you can just back the team and be proud. And to be fair, they did that. And like I say, fair play to the fans, constantly singing. A lot of people walked out. I know there was footage wasn't on Sky and whatnot of fans flooding out at half time and whatnot. I stayed just purely to the reaction of the players, reaction of the manager, reaction of the fans. To be honest, most players down the tunnel obviously applauded the fans as they went down. But Fred, I'll be honest, last player on the pitch, last player walking alone on the pitch, clapping all four corners of the ground, and fair play to him for that. But yeah, Zio, we said we're not going to get battered, surely not. But if we do, that's the only possibility where Ollie could see his end at United. We felt we did get battered. So what we're looking at now, in your opinion?
Judging from Twitter last night, and I was the most active I've ever been in my life on Twitter. It looked like he was going to get sacked in the morning. Like last night, I don't know who came in with a last minute hurrah for, like, do you get what I mean? Someone came in with a last minute comment and said, listen, don't sack him because this, like, I don't know how he got saved. To me, it looked like he was gone in the morning. Like there was no way he was staying in that job. And I didn't blame them. Like, I feel like he had to go. But now it's embarrassing. I mean, my brain's in a whirlwind. I don't even know what to suggest, what to say. I don't know what, like, there's managers that are possibilities that I don't think are the right decisions. And I don't think Man United think are the right decisions. So it's like, we have to stay with Ollie. I don't know.
So obviously the rumours are Conte, yeah? So the main rumour is that apparently we've already approached Conte. There's been discussions and whatnot. Obviously nothing official.
Yeah.
But if Ollie goes, it looks like most likely it'll be Conte who comes in. Would you be happy with him coming in? Bear in mind, for me, he's not like the long-term manager. He's more of a short-term manager, but he's a winner. And what I will say about him is I love him on the sidelines, the way that he lifts players. He will not take any passengers. And I think we've done that too long at United. I think we've had too many passengers. So I do think that, to an extent, is a plus for Conte. But the fact that he's not going to be a long-term, the fact his youth going to be his priority, egos as well. Look what happened with him and Diego Costa. Like, moments like that worry me.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like Conte, he's definitely coming in. Don't take my word as gospel, but I'm just judging on rumours. He looks the most likely.
He does look the most likely. And I just think he's a 2-year, 3-year manager. And what is the point in that right now? That's not going to help us. Yeah, we might get a decent season out of him, decent 2 seasons out of him. But then where are we when he's left us in the lurch and he's gone? Who are we going for then? Do you get what I mean? So unless it's a Conte in, we've got a contract set up in 3 years' time with Ten Hag. I don't know. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, I don't want that. Before the Liverpool game, I was saying to you, I'd rather keep Ollie than swap him because there's no one that I want to replace him that's available. Now, it's like a double-edged sword for me because it's like I don't want to keep Ollie under any circumstance, but I don't want Conte to come in and then leave. and disrupt the great vibes that Ole has brought. Because everyone has to admit, although it feels awful now, Ole has brought an overall great vibe with that team. So I don't.
He's lifted us.
Yeah, completely lifted us. He's done. I tweeted. I said, everyone loves Ole, always will love Ole. He's done a great job. He's lifted the team. He's gave us some good results and good moments, but it's time to pass the baton on. It's time to pass it on before you end up hated. Because if someone keeps letting you down, no matter how much you love them, you're going to hate them eventually.
Yeah.
Might be a year's time, 2 years' time, but he's destroying his legacy.
Dougie's in the chat. Big up to Doug. He did message me, bless him, after the game. Congrats to you. Well deserved. I think it could have been a lot worse than that, if I'm honest. I don't think Liverpool really got out of second gear. That's how easy it was for them, which it hurts even more, doesn't it? But obviously, congrats to yourself. But look, I think Conte, he will lift certain players. He obviously loves Pogba. He will lift players because he is, like I say, he's a winner. He just ain't a long-term manager. Do you know what I mean? But then in football nowadays, like, how often do you see a long-term manager? Like, football's changed from the times of Fergie. Like we always say, you're not going to get another Fergie, you're not going to get another Wenger to that extent because it's a business and obviously swings and roundabouts with managers at the minute. But the way that he managed Diego Costa, I worry about certain egos in our team as well. Is Conte going to have the right kind of mindset for them? James there has just said him working with the likes of Pogba and several others wouldn't work, in my opinion. It's one of them, isn't it? Like, it's a risk, but I think no matter who you get right now is a risk. If Ole does go, if you get Zidane in, someone mentioned Zidane there. Like, what's your thoughts on Zidane being linked to the job?
So I was trying to work out, do I prefer Conte or Zidane? And I feel like it's just similar. I don't imagine he'll be there long either. And this is probably going to sound silly to United fans, but this is how I
Champions League. Don't forget.
This is generally how I feel. This is probably going to sound stupid and probably going to clip it and sounds dumb. Bringing in Zidane just seems like cheating our way back to the top. It just seems like we're trying to buy the best of this, best of that, and we want Zidane to come in and win it for us. And it's then when he's gone, we back down again. And I just feel like, what's the point in bringing in a manager that's already there? I can't explain it. It's so hard to explain, but it's a weird feeling I have inside. Bringing in Zidane.
I think it's because you're thinking, I want Ten Hag, obviously up and coming manager.
Yeah.
A decent project for Ajax, and you want to see like us maybe taking on a similar project where we've got you coming through with that exciting. Yes. I get what you're saying. Rather than having Galacticos is almost what you're saying. Yeah. I understand what you're saying totally. But I do think Zidane, obviously he has won stuff, Zidane. What a player he was. The likes of Pogba and what all the French players are going to obviously love playing under Zidane. But tactically, is he really outshone a lot of managers out there? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is Zidane the guy for right now? But I guess I would back whoever comes in. I would back whatever manager comes in. I backed Ole and I got stick for it. I would back any manager who comes in. But for me, Ten Hag would be the ideal one.
For me as well.
He ain't going to come mid-season. How would you, like, say, for example, if we could get a deal with him at the end of the season, like, what would you do from now then, from this point? If Ten Hag is the one,
I'd wait.
You'd keep Ole in?
Yeah, even if Ole comes like 15th, I'll wait. I don't care. Even if he, like, obviously don't get relegated, that's it. Like, I'll wait for it because I just think him coming in is going to transform our team. And I think it might not happen instantly, but he can do it. And he's going to bring youth in, and we'll get to see Van der Beek actually play football.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll wait. I'd wait. More so than Zidane coming in and bringing us to second from where we are. More so than Conte coming in and winning the league this season. I'd wait and come 15th with Ole if we could get 10.
So, yeah, if you get your ideal manager. So, I think what we're saying there is you don't want another situation where we're getting a manager who isn't ideal for our club, but he's just available at the time. Not just getting him for the sake of the fact he's available. We're going to get the actual one that we want. I mean, Shaquem said there, I'll bring Conte in and then Ten Hag in the next few years. Would you be satisfied with that?
I would, but what do you find happens? Like, these managers end up in places like when Pochettino was available and we had a new like Ole was there. It's like, oh, we can't change it now. Do you get what I mean? The next thing you know, Ten Hag's at flipping Newcastle, like he's rumored to be, or whatever. And I'm just like, just try and make a deal with the man now. Allow it. Try and make a deal. Say, listen, we'll give you what you want. End of the season latest. Can you do it?
Yeah.
I don't know how long you can do a deal in advance either. Like, can they do it 1 year, 2 years? I don't know how it works, but just get it done, man. But they're not going to. I don't think they're looking at him, are they?
Who knows? Who knows? Like you say, last night it seemed Ole was sacked, and this morning it's like he's got another life again. George is spot on there. So Ten Hag is not guaranteed success. Of course, it's not. I don't think any manager is guaranteed success, and like, that's what I mean. Anybody is a risk, especially partway through a season. But with the personnel we've got, there's no doubt about it. We should be performing a lot better than what we are. And the manager coming in. I mean, you know what happens when you get a new manager in anyway? It happened with Ollie. It happens with every manager. You get that bounce. And I think right now, with the run of games that we've got, we could do with a bounce. Because at the minute, we are literally at rock bottom. Following that, we're at rock bottom. Obviously, we've got Spurs at the weekend. It's looking like Ollie is going to be in charge for that game. If we batter Spurs at the weekend, obviously, I'm not confident it's going to happen. But if we do, is it like all is healed? For me, I don't see that game as a turning point for me.
No, that's why when they're saying, "Oh, Ollie's got another chance," I heard over the Spurs game, then I heard over the next 3 games. I'm like, what if he wins all them games 5-0? Who cares, mate? He's either going to get sacked now, he's going to get sacked after Spurs, or he's going to get sacked after if he does the 3 games after Christmas.
Anyway,
yeah, he's going to get sacked. The guy is going to get. He's not turning it around, and obviously, what I'm saying isn't gospel. He could turn it around, but he's not going to turn it around, if you get what I'm saying. Everyone's lost faith in him. I'm seeing all kinds of tweets coming out about this player was arguing with him, this player was taking the mick out of him, this player was asking him this, and I'm just thinking it sounds like he's slowly even losing the dressing room. So even what he's built up is slowly going to start disappearing. Like it's the end of his journey. I still love him. Take him out while most people do still love him, and they're just being reactionary.
I mean, no matter what, I still love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I mean, my Twitter name is Solskjaer for a reason, and I'm gutted. I don't want to change that name.
I know that name's sick.
But, yeah, exactly. But you know what? He's still a legend regardless what. I mean, I've seen people even giving Fergie shit today for sticking up for him. Like, do people forget who Fergie is? Like, how can you hate towards a man like Fergie? Like, ridiculous. I'm not even going to entertain it. But
I don't get why people can't accept that people have opinions. Like, we want Ollie out, other people want Ollie in. We're all still United fans. Like, we're going to think different things. Like, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is.
You know me, I'm always trying to be positive. I'm always trying to be optimistic. And I kind of agree with what someone just Ross said there. He said, I've backed Ollie since day one, right on the wall. I don't see how we can turn it around. I did say if we got back against Liverpool, I feared how we'd turn that around. And you know what? It kills me. It pains me to say that I can't see him turning it around from that point. Like, it pains me to say that. But you know me, wholeheartedly, I've supported Ollie. I've backed him from day one. And I hope he proves us wrong. I hope he gets the Spurs. If he's at the Spurs game, I hope he batters them. But then goes. That's how I feel. I feel like it's too late. And what I'm saying is, I hope I'm wrong. Of course I do. I want what's best for my club. And right now, seeing us get battered at home against Liverpool 5-0, showing no fight, no spirit, no pride at all, that hurts me. We can't see that. We cannot see that. And the back of the performances we've had already this season, quite simply, whether you're Ollie in or you're Ollie out, that is not good enough. That's sackable in itself.
Yeah, I feel like Ollie needs to go on a 1.5-year run to get my trust back. Even if he did a run from now to the end of the season, I still don't feel like I'd trust him. Like, he's done that bad, and he would have to like do it to the end of the season now and next season before I forget what he's done recently. Because that Liverpool result, that hurt. Like, people were laughing at me. Like, I've lost to teams. We've lost by like 5 goals before, apparently.
No, we got by Spurs 6 as well.
Do you get what I mean? And like, it didn't feel like that one. It didn't feel like that one. Like, when with other ones, you could argue back and be like, so what? We're going to bounce back. That one felt like, oh my God, I just have to listen to you laughing because literally there's nowhere to go from here. We're done.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, it felt like almost Liverpool took the foot off the pedal in that second half after Salah scored that early goal.
They were passing and taking the mick in it. They were just passing at the back and just being like, we don't even want to go forward.
Honestly, I was crowd watching more than watching the match, genuinely. Yeah, I got like there's spells where I thought I can't remember the last time we even touched the ball.
Yeah,
like it was that bad. But like I say, City aren't going to be that kind to us. City are going to be relentless. You know what I mean? Like, there there, I fear for how many goals we're going to ship against Spurs and against City.
And how many red cards as well? Because people are getting frustrated on the pitch as well. As you saw, people were doing stupid things on the pitch. So,
what's your thoughts on that red card from
Pogba's
Pogba?
one?
You know what? Part of me thought, like, you know what? Thank God someone's actually put a tackle in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. People are saying he got sent off on purpose.
Did that in the first half as well.
I was happy when Ronaldo did that.
You know what? I was hyped by where the players were warming up, and Pogba had a massive grin on his face the entire time. And part of me was thinking, is he just being nice to the fans? You know what I mean? Just being nice, or is he kind of mocking it? The fact that he's been dropped and this team are losing 4-0 at half time.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, part of me was thinking, like, why is he smiling like that? But I don't know if he was just being nice to the fans, because he could be. I'm not going to knock him for that. But he came on. To be honest with you, I did say, didn't I? I remember giving a little preview and saying about Pogba in the midfield. It worries me because he'll give the ball away. They'll press him straight away. Press him in that midfield, nick the ball if him. Salah goes and scores, and all momentum that we may have got in that second half, which is unlikely. we concede, and that's gone. Do you know what I mean? And obviously the red card. But it was a shocking pass from Bruno into him as well. I'll also say that.
Yeah. But people are saying that he got
Zidane.
sent off on purpose, and that's just pissing me off. Like, why the hell would Pogba get sent off on purpose? Like, come on, man. Like, these men are football players. They're not... Pogba is a professional football player. He's not going to get sent off on purpose. He put in a tackle. It was a bad tackle. If that was in a game where we was winning, like, it wouldn't matter as much. It was just frustration. Ronaldo could have got sent off. Ronaldo's was way worse than what Pogba's done. It was way worse because he knew what he was doing. Pogba just dived into a tackle. Ronaldo, I wasn't even mad at him either because I was like, this just reminds me of people like Keane when they were losing and getting pissed off and thinking, I'm going to kick players because, like, I'm just getting angry.
At least it's a bit of fight. Obviously, I'm not justifying his tackle. It's an awful tackle for Pogba. Definitely red card. I hope Keita's okay. I'm not justifying the tackle, but I'm just saying, at least I saw someone show a bit of aggression. Like, we saw nothing all game. We were yards off of all game.
Bruno did one as well. Didn't get sent off.
I saw the little push from Bruno on Van Dijk.
He did a push, but he also did a horrible tackle. I didn't realise until I saw the replay. He like proper went in on a man's ankle. And luckily the ref didn't see that because he would have got sent off as well. But as much as you don't want to see horrible tackles because they're horrible, I completely get being frustrated on the pitch and throwing yourself in, thinking, I'm going to break this player, not to injure him, just to like show him that I'm here. Because like we're not here, so we need to fight type of thing. And I completely get it. And people are just getting mad because Pogba got sent off when he was trying to fight. Like, obviously, when he lost the ball, that's going to play on his mind as well. He's going to think, I need to do more. I need to jump into tackles. I need to put myself on the line. Like, he was smiling when he went off the pitch. How many players smile when they get sent off? Loads of them. And
it's like I said, I was smiling at the start of this show. I'm definitely not happy about my club at the minute, but like,
Ollie smiles all the time. He's not happy.
People talk about that all the time as well.
Yeah, but he's not happy. We know he's not happy. So
look, it's unacceptable though for Pogba to come on when you wanted to make an impact and get sent off straight away. Like, obviously, concede the ball for the goal and get sent off. It's unacceptable, isn't it? But I'm not saying he did it on purpose.
It's a bad day at the office.
Just topped it off. He just
it was peak.
Everything.
It was peak. I was upset, but like when I saw people's reaction, it made me forget how upset I was because I was just thinking, are people really going in on him like this? Like he's trying to damage Man United on purpose. Come on, man.
I didn't even call it defending. At one stage, I thought Luke Shaw I saw him running into each other and it led to a goal. I don't know what goal that was. They all blurred into one, to be honest with you. But is it that we miss Varane? Or is it that Maguire is just awful at the minute, Zeo? Because since he come back from that injury, I don't know what planet he's on.
Oh, God. I'm not accepting the excuse of missing Varane because, come on, man. We're a squad. Like, you can't depend on one player like that. I think... I don't know. Did the tactics not suit Maguire playing out from the back so intricately? I don't know.
Why are we trying to play it from the back of our own box against Liverpool, who will pressure high as well, by the way? That has to come from the manager. Why are we doing that?
Yeah, and can I also ask why De Gea is passing it 2 yards to a player off the goal kick just for that player to get pressed and blast it up anyway?
Exactly.
Instead of everyone moving up and then kicking long. Like, I don't like. Oh, so just tactics, man. Tactics,
but really common sense as well. Players running into each other. What's that about?
That's them not trusting each other, innit? That's them not trusting each other. Like when you've got a player that you trust, when you used to play football and there's a sick guy on the team, there's always that sick player. And when you're both running towards the ball, most of the time you'll move out that player's way because you think you're probably going to do more of it than I am, type of thing. Like you're on it today. You're on it. I'm going to move out your way. Maguire and Shaw
didn't want it.
Yeah, they both ran at each other thinking, boy, I don't trust you to get this, Like, so you're going to run into each other when you don't trust each other. There's no trust. It's just, it's a nightmare right now. It's an absolute nightmare. I'm talking way more than I usually talk. I'm sorry.
No, talk away. We need to
oh my God.
Shaquem is right. Obviously, Pogba looking at that 4-0 thinking, I don't want to come on in this game. I get it as well. Probably should have started. Of course, he's going to be gutted, but obviously you want to do what's best for your team and getting sent off ain't the best. But I agree with you. I don't think he intentionally did it. I think that's a bit of a long shot. Fred and McTominay aren't going to drive the ball at attackers, so why are we still playing from the back? Well, was it Scholes who said it? They can over attack effectively or defend effectively. Like, what are they doing then? Do you know what I mean? It's pointless having it. We look like a Polo FC. We have got nothing in the middle. Literally, midfield stressing. Everything stresses me out at the minute because going forward we just aren't clicking. not really creating much. We had a few long distance shots, apart from Bruno's chance early on, by the way, which should have buried.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, we're not really creating anything. Midfield is just irrelevant, and defensively, like I say, we look all over the place at the minute.
Yeah.
How's Ollie going to fix this then?
That's what I mean. Who's he going to start? Is he going to go with more or less the same team? Like, what's he actually going to do with this amount of pressure on him? Because when he's got pressure on him, it's normally McFred. But surely now he can't do that. Surely he has to go gung-ho. Because his job's completely on the line now. He has to go gung-ho like when he first came to United and people wasn't sure if he was the right guy for the job at the very start until he started winning. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's actually going to do now. But like I said, it's too late. It doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter what the score is now. So it's just delaying the inevitable. Unless they've got plans to get a long-term manager in that they can't get yet.
Yeah. Someone's asking, 1 point again, as much as I love Sir Alex, he needs to go. I feel he's kind of part of the problem. Why is he still involved with the decisions in the club? Do you think like his relations with Ollie may blur it? I think it's one of them where for Sir Alex, I won't have a bad word said about him. Do you know what I mean? And I think like we're kind of having to put our trust in his judgment. But it's so hard, isn't it? After seeing what we've seen, and we haven't seen a change as well. I want to add that in. Like I say, the Spurs game, really, is that going to be a game where he's going to turn it around? He's given one more chance, apparently. So if we go and lose at Spurs, does that mean it's it then? It's like you said, why are we delaying the inevitable if it's going to happen anyway?
Yeah.
It's hard. Because basically, we've got to try and trust Fergie's judgment and hope that it comes good.
I mean, if you're sitting around a table with board members or whoever makes the decision and everyone says Ollie in or Ollie out and people vote, like, why is everyone jumping on Fergie's vote? Like, there's other people that vote. It's not, I doubt it was just Fergie and everyone else was like, nah, Ollie out. And then Fergie was like, nah, we're staying. Like, do you get what I mean? Why is everyone jumping on Fergie's vote? Like, Fergie probably thinks he needs more time. Fergie probably looking at all the managers that came in before and being like, this is the best we've done since he's left.
Fergie's days weren't always glory days, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Fergie's new relegation and whatnot, so...
He's old school as well. He's not going to agree with swapping managers like water. People like Fergie won't like that. So, like, just because his opinion is different to yours, it doesn't mean he has to leave. Like, when it's time, Ollie will be gone. Like, obviously, when they voted him in, they said, listen, okay, we'll give him this much time. It's not like Fergie's gone now. We need to keep him forever. Like, he's gone. Give him another, like, come on, man. There's other people that are Ollie in as well that support United. Why are we jumping on Fergie like that? Like, just because he's Fergie.
I can kind of understand people's frustration because it's like, we're not going to get another Fergie. That was back in the day. Football's moved on. Like someone said earlier, when do you get long-term managers now in football? You don't, do you? Like, football has moved on in that sense. But look how much respect we have for Fergie. We have to trust his judgment. We have to hope that it comes good. If it doesn't, then we all know what's going to happen regarding Ollie. But we have to just hope. It's a good point you about to tell us. Obviously, Luke Shaw, we mentioned him bumping into Maguire and whatnot. At times at the weekend, he looked like he didn't know if he wanted a pill or a haircut, to be honest with you. He was a bit like back and forth, didn't know what he was doing, chasing shadows. Luke Shaw's form's been worrying, and I know he's come out after the game and said that I haven't been good recently and I need to look at myself. And he was referring to other players taking responsibility as well and accountability. But yeah, he ain't been good. Would you give Telles a go? I'll be honest, when I've seen Telles play, I've never been totally convinced by him. But he did score that belter of a goal against Villarreal, to be honest. Do you think it's worth giving him a shot?
I think you have to now because people ain't performing. But I agree with you. From what I've seen of him playing for Man United, I haven't seen much. I heard he was good at the team he came from, but since he's been here, he hasn't really impressed me. But how long do you keep playing people that are not doing the job that they're meant to be doing? Unless they are doing the job that he's asking them to do. And that he's doing they are making mistakes and he's saying to them, I want you to play like this. But oh man. I don't know what to say. I'm flabbergasted.
George is listing the reasons why against Ollie, the issue he's got. So he says, picking a terrible team every week full of favourites. McFred is a big one that hinders us massively. We know it. Terrible in-game management and subs. I was so shocked we didn't see Sancho come on the other day. And look, I know we were like 4-0 down or whatever, but surely we could have had a bit of pride and tried to get a goal and get back into the game. Like,
I didn't blame Sancho not coming on.
No, but the fact that he brought Pogba and didn't take one of McFred off, that baffled me.
Yeah, that was weird. Do
you know what I mean? He should have done that, and then that would have been left the space for Sancho. I
didn't blame Sancho not coming on though, because he ain't been doing anything either. Like, you can't really send on. Like, better you send on, and I don't really rate this player at the moment. I used to Lingard than Sancho at this period in time because he's performing better than Sancho for me. So,
what's your thoughts on the comments made towards Lingard on the side? I'll be honest, I didn't hear that in the ground I
I heard
wasn't
that
not
they
far
only
from that.
said work harder or something. They said
Yeah,
work
it said
harder.
work harder, and he said, "I'm not even on the pitch."
Yeah, and he almost laughed as he said it, like, "What the
Yeah.
hell?" And that's how I would have reacted. Like, what are you on about? Like, I'm not even on there. So it is
But do
kind
you
of
think that
funny.
shows like a bit of toxicity, like in that dressing room? Then if Lingard's saying stuff like that, I'm not even on the pitch. Like blame them lot. Do you know what I mean?
It's a normal young
Do you
guy's
see it that
reaction.
way, or do you just see it as like a sarcastic, like, "Oh, I'm not even on the pitch"? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's a you're a young lad. Someone's just shouted something to you, try to embarrass you. You can see the film in you, and you're like, it's an instant reaction. Like, what are you on about? Like, how can I work harder when I'm not on the pitch? He's not saying they're whack on the pitch. He's just saying, like, what do you expect me to do from here where I'm standing, stretching, type of thing? In my opinion, that's what it is. And that's a
Yeah.
normal reaction to me. It doesn't mean anything to disrespect the team or anything, in my opinion. It's just like talking to, like, he'll probably look at that fan and think, are you an idiot? Like, what are you on about?
Yeah. James said, "I feel your pain, guys. I'm still angry after the weekend from my team's disgrace too." It was
What was
Watford,
their
wasn't it?
score? I
Was
didn't look at
was it
any
like
scores.
5-2 to Watford or something? I swear it's 5-2 to Watford or
So he
something like
scored
that.
two
Let
goals.
me know if I'm wrong.
So he scored two goals.
He's been better than us. And when we had the goal disallowed as well, I knew he was offside because I was literally like not far from the line of Ronaldo, and I'm thinking, I swear he's offside there. And obviously, I'm hoping it's not. But I just know VAR is going to mug us off, and
It was
little do you know,
peak.
it does.
He did well to bury that as well.
Good
And
finish, to be fair.
do you know what got me? I don't know. Obviously, you were there, so I watched it. You probably, I don't know if you watched it when you come home. What got me is how he looked up at the sky and kind of just thought, at least I've got my goal. Like he's accepted this team ain't doing nothing for him.
Yeah.
And it's I saw in his face, oh, okay, I've done what I needed to do. I've got my goal. Like he's just got no faith in everything going around him. And then I saw a tweet as well where he was saying that he's gonna win stuff. And I was thinking, I don't know if people were reading into it too much, where it's like, is he aiming for individual awards instead of team awards and not trophies? And I was just like, oh, this is every angle of Man United is looking on fire.
I saw the little clip of him doing all this.
Was that real? Was that real in reaction to what it was, though?
Well, people were saying it could be to do with tactics. It could be to do with Liverpool players running everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. Like nobody actually knows what it was about.
Because someone put it after Ollie. Someone put it after Ollie did his, like to say he was taking the piss, and I really doubt that.
I really. It was after Salah's goal, wasn't it?
Oh my god!
I did see that. Oliver Villa, thanks for tuning in. He's out for a meal at the minute, so I hope you're having a good meal. And not too bad, thank you. Obviously, could be better following the weekend's results, but we're not too bad, and I hope you're doing well too. Yeah, Ollie apparently did want Josh King. Where do we go from here? Obviously, we've got Spurs at the weekend. Expressions have said it's a derby of the two incompetent managers with Nuno and Ollie at the minute. Like I say if we batter Spurs in that game, do you think that's Ollie's safe then? Like, do you know what I mean? Is that really how we justifying it? Or do you think if Ollie loses that game, he's gone? Do you think that's almost like a send-off for him?
I think if he wins, this is me trying to guess. I think if he wins, he's safe regards to the Glazers because he's like a shield to them to keep the fans off the Glazers. I feel like Ollie's the shield in between it. Whether fans are shouting at Ollie or fans are using their love for Ollie to forget about how much they hate the Glazers or whatever, I think he's a shield. So if he wins that, I think he's safe in that side of things. But if he loses, it wouldn't surprise me if they carried on with that 3 game rubbish. If they said these next 3 games, so like after he loses to Spurs, he gets the next 2. It wouldn't surprise me. So I feel like he might be safe either way, basically.
No, good evening to you. So just tuning in, Conte and manager you want, guys?
No.
Ideally, no. Wouldn't be my first choice, but whoever comes in, I will back them. I think it's a good point about what we said earlier. If we can get Ten Hag at the end of the season, do we kind of bide our time until then? But we need it set in stone that he's definitely coming. He would be my ideal choice. Conte, not my ideal choice, but if Ollie goes, then of course I won't be against Conte coming in. Yes, rest in peace to Walter Smith.
Over Zidane, Sophie.
Family and friends as well. Over Zidane?
Yeah. Would you say over Zidane? Because that's the one I struggle with. Because I feel like I might lean towards Zidane, I think, if we're going to get that type of manager.
I think in terms of Zidane, he's obviously younger. You'd probably say you've got more chance of him being like a long-term manager.
Yeah.
He has won some Champions Leagues. The French players are going to love playing under him as well. He's obviously an absolute legend.
He will bring in good players if players leave as well.
Yeah. Obviously, rest in peace to Walter Smith. Obviously, heartbreaking to read that today as well. And also, obviously, horrible surprise, unfortunately, with his family and friends. A lot of people saying Conte is another Jose. like I said, the Diego Costa fallout does worry me. Like if that's going to happen with some of our players, and like you've already mentioned, Ollie has got the dressing room right. It seems right, and for us to throw that away to get like a manager in, he doesn't have any passengers, does he? He doesn't hold any prisoners, Conte. But I kind of think we need that as well. We need some of our players to be held responsible and accountable for what they're doing on the pitch. I don't think we have that. Like George said earlier, I feel like we are playing favourites week in, week out, regardless of their form.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I don't think Conte would do that. But
No.
I think in terms of style of football and whatnot, I think Zidane would suit us more than Conte.
Yes. And someone said there that Zidane needs superstars. We have got superstars.
Yeah.
We have.
He's worked with Ronaldo before, and look, he's not the same Ronaldo. Of course, he isn't. He's older than he was. He's worked with Varane before as well.
Superstar again.
Pogba said he wants to play under him, so that would solve the Pogba issue, you'd think, as well.
Superstar again. Bruno, superstar. Sancho, superstar. Greenwood, up-and-coming superstar. Rashford, when on form, superstar. De Gea, superstar. We've got superstars. We've got them.
Yeah. Like Oliver Villa said, Pogba wants to play for Zidane. He's openly said that. Conte's won the Premier League as well, obviously. When in Italy, won the league there as well. He's a winner, but I agree with George, he's the most ruthless of all the candidates. But I kind of agree with Shaquem as well. I think for so long now, we've been saying, it's the manager's fault. We've had a lot of players who played under all the managers we've had post-Fergie. Like, some players need to be held accountable as well.
Yeah.
Do you know
Isn't
what I mean?
that what Mourinho tried to do? Or did he do it wrong? Like,
exactly. I think the only thing you would say is I think Conte has a decent relationship with Pogba, whereas Mourinho obviously wasn't that way, was it?
But you can't bring him in for one player, innit?
Exactly.
So
I don't think you would be. But obviously you do have to think about the egos in the club and whatnot and keeping people happy. And I think that's what Ollie has done well. But like we've already mentioned, it seems like that's kind of turning there as well. But Zidane obviously has been at Real Madrid. He had a mad squad. We've already mentioned that. Can he do it in the Premier League? It's a risk, isn't it? But I think no matter who we get, it's going to be a risk, isn't it? Like, it's regardless. Neil, thank you so much for that super chat. That's really kind. I hope you're doing well. He says, first terminate Pogba's contract before sacking Ollie. According to Romano, Pogba wants to leave if Ollie remains. Ollie fought media and critics for him. What's your thoughts on that? I read that earlier as well, actually, that Pogba, he'll stay if Ollie goes. Like, where do you stand on that?
So, if Ollie goes and we bring in Steve Bruce, Pogba's staying.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's not happening? What do you mean it's not happening?
It's not happening.
Man United are saying they're not sure about Conte because of his what was it? Was it loyalties or something like that? Something
but
that.
Do you think this is ambitions from Pogba? Do you know what I mean? Is this just ambition from him because he knows that we should be
getting old?
He should be
getting old.
From what we've seen now, you can't knock him for saying that. From what we've seen now, evidently, like
even though he hasn't said it out of his mouth as well. But another thing is, I'm surprised Pogba will stay if Ollie leaves, stays, or whatever. Because the way United fans are towards him, mate, like I don't feel like any other team is going to treat Pogba that way. Every other team, any rival fans I speak to, love Pogba. Like so, like if he goes Juventus, they're going to love him. Wherever he goes, they're going to love him. It's the United, we just hate him. And feel like we've hated him from day one, and it's obviously never going to flipping change. So I'm surprised.
I think what it is with Pogba is his agent, and it's Viola.
Right.
Let's face it, he just likes to stir the pot. He likes to cause a bit of trouble. He likes to. There's just a circus following Pogba all the time, and I don't think it's necessarily Pogba a lot of the time that people hate. I think it's his agent because it just causes issues. Do you know what I mean? Every season there's talk about Pogba leaving and whatnot, and I think if he just came out and signed the deal. But it would make sense as to why he hasn't signed that contract. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about there's an offer there on the table for him. But if he's holding off thinking, hang on, if Ollie goes, I'll sign it, then that kind of makes sense as to why he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, because if Zidane comes, I'm expecting, I would put money on Pogba to stay if Zidane comes. If Conte comes, I think it depends on what are people saying that they like each other already.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll probably stay again. Oh. I just imagine Pogba saying to his teammates when they're like, what's going on? Like, why are you not signing? I imagine him saying to them, this team just won't let me go. Like, they're just holding on to me by any means necessary to the point they've ran my contract down. Why would I sign? I could normal human thoughts, like if you was in this situation, you wasn't sure if you wanted to be there, and the team will not let you go. And now, even when he's in a position of power where it's going to hurt the team if they remain to keep him, they still won't let him go. What does that say to you as his agent and him? That if you sign that contract and things don't go well, you are stuck for life. That is it. But it's going to be a 4-year deal, isn't it? At least.
Not stuck for life, but it just means that someone's going to have to cough up a lot more money than they would have to. Obviously.
They won't sell him. They won't sell him.
Long story said there, Harry Potter could organise these players. Maybe that's what Ronaldo was doing the other day. Was doing a spell. I don't know what was going on. Maybe. It should have managed to the manager though. Pogba should wouldn't stay for the club. Needs to go, in my opinion. It's a good point from Connor as well. It's a totally good point. A lot of people saying he needs to go. I'm just sick of the rigmarole around it, to be honest with you. Like every season, like I said, there's always some kind of debate about Pogba. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Is he unhappy? And a lot of that comes from his agent. And that's what I'm saying. I think his agent a lot of the time is the main issue. Our issues at the minute, I think, are bigger than Pogba right now. But what I will say is, someone did just say how many assists he's got actually. So he got 7 assists this season, and then to be on the bench against Liverpool, like he must be frustrated. Like biggest game of the season, you'd say so far at home, and to be subbed like someone like Pogba, surely he has to play in a game like that.
So if you're saying he was laughing on the side, if he's got an issue with Ollie not picking him and feels like Ollie's not organising the team properly,
and he sees 1, 2, 3, 4 goals go in.
Pogba and Bailly are quite good friends, and Bailly's arguing with Ollie. Obviously, at home they're going to talk to each other. You would be probably laughing on the side of the pitch, thinking, "Is like I'm living a nightmare. Like this guy's a joke." You probably would be laughing. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I haven't really said anything. Because I don't want to be like, oh, Pogba, how dare you laugh on the sidelines? You know what I mean? Because I don't know if he was just genuinely just being nice to the fans, or whether he was mocking a little bit.
Or it could be if you don't laugh, you cry.
Exactly.
If you don't laugh, you throw out your chewing gum.
Yeah.
If you don't laugh, you throw out your chewing gum.
Yeah. But I agree with Longstar here. I think that sometimes Pogba needs to speak out against his agent, because there's been a lot of stuff that he has said that has unsettled fans and whatnot around Pogba's future.
Yeah, like that game before.
And it hasn't, like you say, it hasn't come from his mouth. So yeah, Pogba just come out and just disregard it. But he does it because he likes people talking about him, and that's the frustrating thing. Am I going to watch the match on Saturday? I don't know if I will or not. Haven't made up my mind. Shane, I'll be honest, I haven't thought that far ahead.
Definitely watching the match. Everyone's watching the match.
I always watch it, but I haven't thought that far ahead.
Everyone's watching it.
Spinning from that at the weekend.
It's Man United, man. As soon as they get on the pitch, you get excited again.
I stayed till the full-time whistle the other day, so that tells you everything. I will be watching the game. Will my eyes be open? We shall see. But I'll be trying to watch it, definitely.
Will my eyes be open?
Covering my ears, shutting my who knows. But we'll see. You know what's mad though? When I was there the other day, I was sat near Shoretire and Hannibal, sat like just behind as well.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, these kids are sat here watching this as well. They must be thinking, like, I wish I'd have brought my boots with me today, like, just get me on, because surely they could have done a better job than what we did.
Either they're thinking that, or the belly nut angel saying, "Yo, bro, any spaces in the team?"
Yeah.
Say, what's it like over there, bro? Oh my god, it's on fire! It's literally on fire. And they haven't bought a fire extinguisher. They've just gone, oh, you know what? Yeah, just let it burn a bit longer and see if the building can see if the sprinklers come on.
They've looked at it and thought, no, we've still got a few more weeks. It's burning slowly. We're all right.
Oh my god! He's used 7 of his 9 lives. You're gonna give him 2 more lives? Flipping hell.
Well, 3 apparently.
Flipping hell. Yeah, 3.
But that's why it just feels inevitable. Why prolong the inevitable? He's going to be sacked anyway. Why not try and just rescue something from the season? Have that new manager bounce for this run of games that we've got coming up. Do you know what I mean?
Must be either the defense of him, the Captain America type shield, which is Ollie from the Glazers, or it must be that they don't want Conte.
Or are they thinking, and this is me being really hopeful here, are they thinking, oh, let's just wait a little bit longer. We can shore up someone like Ten Hag or an ideal manager, an ideal candidate, because Conte surely isn't the ideal candidate. Or then they may be biding their time and thinking, we'll get the manager who we actually want. Do you know what I mean? Which I would rather us do, because I think with Joe saying, you know what I mean, we've got managers in who aren't the ideal choice for us. They were just available at the time. Same with Ollie, really. Came in, was just ideal at the time. Or are we going to actually go after that, like a big club would, go after the manager that we want? Bayern Munich, straight away, took the manager off Leipzig. Do you know what I mean? They knew that was the guy they wanted.
You can only hope. Like that? We can only hope. And I really hope so. And it's going to be they're not going to tell us, so it's going to be a stressful season up until that moment if that's what is happening. But it will all be forgiven if that guy signs at the end of the season from Ajax. Like, everyone will be like, well done. Clap, clap, clap. I believe. I believe.
Who knows? So is he your ideal choice then?
At this moment in time, yes. I feel like it would be exciting to see us play the way Ajax plays. He'll have better players. I did like the way Ajax played. He'll use Donny. I just think it's going to be nice, one touch, quick passing. I think it will be exciting, and I think youth players will come through. It might not gel straight away, but yeah.
This is a good example. A good example here. So Alex Blue, I hope I said that right, and I hope you're okay. Thank you for your little comment. It says, by the international break, this season might be beyond repair. That's my point. That's sooner rather than later. Chelsea was smart enough to pull the trigger on Lampard and get Tuchel at the right time. Yeah, completely agree. They acted straight away. They didn't have some sentiment. Obviously, Lampard is still a legend and whatnot, but they saw it wasn't right for the club. Tuchel was there, it was available, and they pounced on that straight away, and now look at them.
Yeah, it's true. And I'm noticing people in the comments as well, like Shaki Marseille, they're saying Conte is a proven winner. So if Conte came in now and won the league, next season, won the league, and then the season after he left, is everyone happy? Yeah. Is everyone happy? Because I'm not happy. It's like,
I don't know. Winning the league would be nice.
It's like eating too much ice cream because it tastes nice at the moment and then going to bed with bellyache. Like, what's the point?
Brain freeze.
Yeah, like, so you guys in the comments, let me know.
I'll be happy with winning the league. I'll be honest.
Yeah, so that's what I said. Because you're happy eating the ice cream at the time. But in 2 years' time, you're going to be depressed again?
Why would you know that? In 2 years' time, like, Ten Hag could be available and he could step right in, being a more experienced manager and winning a lot more things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So, okay. So we're talking perfect, ideal situations then?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing something else in there.
I do. Yeah, you are right. You're right. That's a possibility, but...
Because I think long-term manager would be my ideal. Someone coming in and building a project and staying at the club for a long time would be great. However, in modern football, does that really happen? I was hoping that Ole would be that guy to prove that it can still happen.
If you don't want a winner, who are you after? I've told you who I'm after. I've told you what I'm after. I'm after something that's going to probably take a while. Ten Hag might come in and do 6 straight away, but I'm after something that's more sustainable. That's just my mentality. I'm not going to jump in a Ferrari with £10 petrol. I'm going to jump in a flipping Rover with £100 petrol. Like, it's just how it is.
You know what's a big point as well, though? If we're getting a new manager in, they've got to bring all their coaching staff as well. I know it seems like an obvious thing to say, but I think it's pretty obvious that our coaching staff just aren't good enough. It seems harsh, but a lot of them are young, a lot of them are still learning on the job and whatnot. We keep saying we need that experience. Like, if Conte comes in, he has to bring his backroom staff as well.
Yeah.
It's not a quick fix of just like replacing the man at the top, because Ollie, let's face it, takes the brunt of it, but his coaching staff aren't good enough as well. We brought in a new set piece manager and we just constantly conceded from set pieces.
You couldn't make it right. You couldn't make it. That's it's absolutely nuts. And you have to even think. Go on, sorry.
Sorry, Zeo, I was going to say, Zoe said she didn't want Tuchel at first, but now look at us. That could be us with Conte. Who knows? Who knows?
Get that knife out my back, Zoe. Tom. Oh, sorry. I thought it was saying about me because I seen Zoe and people normally spell correct changes Zeo to Zoe. Okay, never mind. I don't know what to say, man. In 2 years' time, the entire squad will be older. CR7, Cavani, Maguire, Varane, De Gea, and others. We need to win now sooner than later. So you would take winning now to be crap later? That's the question I want to know. Although in an ideal situation, we could have a better manager later, but I don't know. It's just I'm that mad. It's just like you're probably hearing me, and I'm not talking sense to you. I just feel I can't get my words out for how I actually feel. I just know I don't trust the Conte appointment in Man United. I don't trust it. I feel like short term it would be great, but later I feel we're all going to be like, why? Just like the Mourinho one, short term before okay, and then later it was just like, what the hell is this? It's worse.
That's the thing about me, the youth. Obviously, seeing our DNA at United to always progress the young players through. Players like Elanga, who we're hoping to see more of. Obviously, we've already Greenwood in the squad. Conte hasn't really got a track record of doing that, but for the sake of winning a trophy, like short term, do you think we go with him anyway, or do you try and hold out for our ideal candidates we've already mentioned? I'm glad I'm not at the top making the decisions. I really am. But so what I will say is that in terms of Ollie, it feels done.
Feels done, yeah. And I think the chat, if I'm understanding right, maybe the chat are thinking that Conte is the ideal manager. So when you're saying hold out for the ideal manager, they're probably thinking the ideal manager's there now. So maybe that's where we're not seeing eye to eye, if you get what I mean. So I don't know.
This is basically, yeah. In other words, it's better to win now and then lose and then never get the chance to win again. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, my mind is just frazzled from that the other day. I mean, I was going to do a video afterwards and I just couldn't. I went on 5 Live just after the game and it pained me to say, like, I can't see Ollie turning it round, and it literally hurt me to say it because I've been so positive. But after seeing that, I was just clueless. Mark saying Ronaldo player manager. A lot of people saying give it to Ronnie at the end of the season.
Yo,
it is right though. Certain players will not hang around with team football like
I
this
don't
week
think
in,
so.
week out.
Cavani's, if this stays like this, Cavani's off, Pogba's off, Van der Beek's off. That's just 3 obvious ones.
What would you? So if you're Ollie now, what would you do going from this? Because I mean, I said this on the radio. We've seen the same thing week in, week out. The same mistakes week in, week out. Same players playing, and it just doesn't work. McFred being the main example of that. Do you just go for it now and think, you know what, Donny hasn't played all season, let's just try him?
I don't think he's going to play Donny.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got to try something different.
I know, yeah.
What he's doing just ain't working.
Yeah, I think because even if he wanted to give Donny the chance now, it's too late for Ollie to give Donny the chance, because it would probably take the rest of Ollie's probation period to get Donny up and running, like to start that engine off, because that engine's cold now. Like, so I don't think he'll play Donny. I think he should go for his most attacking team possible and try and outscore teams and play exciting football. So
I think he spent this money on Donny. He spent this money on Sancho, and we barely seen both of them play.
I know, but
and it ain't working. So why not try something new? Like, surely that's why you buy players, to freshen it up and try something new.
When you're losing, though, when Sancho's not doing much, when he was on, I don't blame the Sancho not being on the pitch right now. I don't blame any of that. The Donny has frustrated the hell out of me because he's never had. I feel like Sancho's had more chances than Donny has, like, already. So, it's so tough. I just think he needs to go out there and just attack. To the death of it.
That's what we want to see as fans.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see as fans. Thank you, Kips United. Thank you so much for that. It says we're coming Chelsea 2.0, keep sacking managers. And that's what worries me. And that's what I was hoping Ollie would be, that manager, you know, that long-term manager that we don't see in football anymore. Ollie just being different. Our club being different. And obviously, it seems like we're being loyal to the manager, but I don't want it to be at the deficit of our club. I want the best for our club. And obviously, at the minute, Ollie just isn't the best for our club.
George Kyle's good comment there as well. George Kyle, sorry. No. Who did I see? Shane Malone. I don't want to see Maguire Saturday.
I agree with what George Kyle said there about we were basically Chelsea 2.0, but without winning trophies and titles. Yeah, basically. I don't want to see Maguire start play Boye. Maguire's been all over the place. This is George Kyle's team for Spurs. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Boye, Maguire. Okay. Shaw, Donny, Matic.
He's not playing Donny.
I would like to see that though, Donny and Matic.
Same, but he can't do it now.
Bruno, Sancho, Pogba, Ronaldo.
So legit, you're Ali right now. You're putting Donny on against Tottenham starting, even though he hasn't. You definitely do that.
Time ago, to be
fair. I know. So yeah. So I'm on about now. If you morphed into his body right now, would you put him on, knowing that he's going to be cold? Well, not cold.
He's got to get fans on his side again, Ollie. At the minute, he's lost a lot of fans.
So you're doing it for the fan. You
want to get fans on the side again. So I'll be thinking, you know what, let's go and entertain. Like you say, attack. For me, I'll be thinking, right, let's go and score some goals. Fans want to see Donny, let's put him on. And it's also the other way. Look, if Donny's crap, then you can turn around and say, look, fans wanted to see Donny. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Donny is going to be bad, but what I'm saying is, like, for Ollie, I don't think that's much of a risk. He's got to do something different.
If Ollie plays Donny, Donny and he plays crap, and he comes out and says the fans wanted to see Donny, he's done, because that's weak mentality. You did what the fans said, and then played a player that shouldn't have been playing. It's
not just for the fans, but what I'm saying is, like, the fans want to be entertained. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't been entertaining. We haven't been good to watch all season. Let's be honest. Obviously, the Leeds game, yeah, probably Newcastle because it was Ronaldo.
Second half in the Champions League was entertaining.
But you know what? I said this today. I'd rather see us go 2-0 down at half time and then come back second half and outscore a team.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But it's worrying that happens so often. Yeah, it's worrying that we always go behind. Like, it's.
You can't do it every game. Obviously, Pogba will be out. Just on that goal, Sean. Yeah, Pogba will be out for that game, so it'll probably be Rashford who plays in that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I'm just thinking what I've been doing all this time isn't working, so let's change something. Like Ollie said, something's got to give. Why not try Donny in there? Donny and Matic do it. McFred ain't working. Try them too. Matic is well experienced. Donny, to be fair, is experienced in the Champions League in particular for Ajax. Play him, man.
What do you think he's actually going to do? Can you name a team?
Well, Pogba's going to be out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So De Gea in goal.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
Do we go Boye Lindelof?
You think he'll do that?
I don't.
So what do you think he's actually going to do?
So I think he'll stick with Lindelof, Maguire.
Okay.
Shaw left back.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll change the defence.
This is the bit I'm interested in.
If he's not going to play Donny, I'd say McTominay and Matic.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think we should see Fred and Matic in their two lefties. So maybe McTominay, Matic, Bruno. Personally, I'd like to see Sancho, Cavani.
Legit Sancho.
Yeah, I want to see Sancho playing. I think he'll play Sancho because he didn't get on against Liverpool. Then again, you know what? It's one of them though. Does he go same 11 and think, you know what? Go and right your wrongs. Go and change your mistakes.
So if you're saying Sancho Cavani, you have to admit he's going to play Rashford. You know he's going to play Rashford, don't you?
Yeah.
He's definitely playing Rashford. So Sancho, hold on. You said you want to see Cavani. I'm asking you what Ali's going to do.
Oh, Ronaldo, Rashford. That's my last.
And
view.
who's the last? Who's on the right?
Sancho, Ronaldo, Rashford.
Oh, he's going to play Sancho. You're Mystic Soph, so like that's it.
No, it took Greenwood off, didn't he? Quite early against Liverpool. Didn't really do a lot. I think it's a decent time to give Sancho a shot. Why not?
Okay.
Sancho's yet to really do anything.
I know. That's why I don't think you're playing. That's why I don't think you're playing. How could you be on the line like that and play someone that hasn't done anything? Not going to do it. I don't think.
He had a cameo against Everton when I thought he looked pretty decent. Obviously, he had the international break where for England he looked decent. He hasn't
even been on the right for us yet.
We were disappointed against Leicester, though. Let's say that he's coming into a team that aren't playing well.
Yeah. He hasn't played on the right once, though, Sophie. He hasn't played on the right once.
And Rashford's better on the left, so why not see Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left? And
so you're saying Ollie's going to do something he had still yet to do.
But surely this game more than ever now he's got to do something. Who knows?
I was going to say I hope you're right, but I don't think Sancho's the right move. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of comments saying same team. He'll play the same team, and I feel like it's possibly going to be the same team, except for Matic will start. Matic has to start.
Matic's experience. Put him in.
He has to start. There's no way Matic is not getting in that team, in my opinion.
If he goes McFred, then
he's nuts.
Ollie's crazy.
He's nuts. It's not a bad management. Someone needs to check his mental. Someone needs to check his well.
Well, there's so many times they play it, like, surely he ain't going to play him. Surely he ain't going to play McFred, and it just happens. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't even know what to expect anymore. Genuinely. Lawbreaker, thank you so much. That's really kind. It says, thank you both for putting the YouTube community before yourselves, even though you probably just want to forget the weekend. I do want to, and I can't forget about it. I cannot forget about it, Lawbreaker. I'm trying so hard. But it's good to actually vent and be able to talk about it. And obviously,
you lot are great. It's amazing talking to you lot. Yeah, you lot are great.
It is. You make me feel a bit more sane, to be fair, reading to me your comments. Because I had so many thoughts going through my head about lineups and players and subs that have been made and just everything. So it's good to talk to you lot. But thank you, Lawbreaker, for that. That's really kind. I'm very worried he's going to pick the same team that started against Liverpool. Please no. Please no.
I think it will be, other than Matic. I think Matic will be the only difference.
Yeah, what I'd say about Matic is he's not afraid to try and play the passes between the lines. Obviously, we're worried about his legs and whatnot, but that's why I said maybe McTominay are playing there with him to have those legs.
Right.
But I do think Matic on the ball is very experienced. Positionally, he's good as well. Apart from when we're attacking a corner and he just seems to leave a player stood on the halfway line free. Do you remember that goal?
Can we talk about the goal that Liverpool scored? Was it their first one? Was it their first one where it was like 3-on-1?
I can't remember. They all blur into one for me.
Yo, one of them was 3-on-1. What? I think it was just Luke Shaw on his own.
Oh, yeah.
The one it's been going around as a screenshot. I don't know. I can't remember which. I feel like it was. I don't remember which one it was. I thought it might have been the first one. But geez, Sophie, what tactics make you end up in that kind of position? I feel like the only time I've ever seen anything like that happen is when it's like the 90th minute and you're like 1-0 down in the Champions League and you're really sending everyone up and then you get counter-attacked. Yeah, and then you get counter-attacks and scored. I've never in my days seen anything like that in a normal game where you still had a chance to. If it was the first goal, even worse.
I agree with Shane. It felt like every goal felt like that, to be honest.
Ooh, it was the first one. First one, Cater, someone's saying. So at 0-0, we got caught out like that, like teams do in the 90th minute when they're trying to come back because they're going out of the cup. Like, I don't understand. And then he's playing all defensive players, like he's playing McFred. So where was everyone? Oh,
Darren said, I don't care who plays anymore, just get rid of Cheers Sophie. But it feels like that no matter what combination we played in the midfield, we're just moaning about the same things week in, week out. It's just like the personnel really matter. Is it really down to the manager? Do you know what I mean? I guess we'll see. But yeah, stress being a United fan at the minute. We were bantering Arsenal fans and they're like near us in the table now, aren't they? So it's just like, you can't even banter Arsenal.
I did a whole song.
This mid-season review song's going to be funny, isn't it?
Mate.
It's going to be a good one.
Mate. I'm going to get someone else to do. I'm going to write the bars and you can spit them. I'm not going through that.
It's going to be an interesting one, definitely.
Jeez.
But yeah, still got to try and smile, even though it's tough. I know. Zeo, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. Thank you to everybody in the chat as well. Like, some really good comments. And like I say, you've made me feel a bit more sane. It's been good to talk to you lot about it. Zeo, let people know where they can find you, and obviously check out your Taking Name shows as well. There will be United mid-season review Taking Names at some point. I'll arrange that with Zeo. I look forward to doing that. I think it's going to be a good one.
At Zeo Leonardo on YouTube. We do Taking Names on Sundays if you want your names in the tune. If you want to see me moaning about United, because that's all I'm doing now, that's on Twitter. And if you want to see most music stuff, probably Instagram. But Zeo Leonardo on everything. Thanks for having me on, Ladies in Red, again. It's amazing.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure to get you on. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Obviously, if you are new, please hit that sub button on Ladies in Red as well. Please drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Again, any comments that we've missed, we don't do it on purpose. Just drop it in underneath. Before we go, we've got to do this, a little prediction for the Spurs game. What are you thinking?
God. Oh, God. Can you go first? Oh, God.
I think it's going to be two teams. Nervous. I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm hoping we just nick it. I'm going to say 2-1 to United.
For the first,
I would love to see this.
For the first time ever in my United score predictions, I'm going to say we're losing. 10-0 Spurs. First ever time. I've never said it. I don't care who we've played. I've never said it. But I think we're going to lose. And I think we're going to lose something like 3-1.
I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong.
Though.
I really hope I'm wrong.
Better them, or they'll completely batter us. I think it's going to be two nervous teams. Probably won't want to take too many risks. And that's why I think it's going to be close. Darren said a 4-1. Hopefully not. 1-0 Son to score to David. 3-1 to United to Andrew. So obviously, yeah, close to my prediction. Who knows? It's really United at the minute. It depends what United turn up. But I'll never bet against my team.
I'm going to support them and I want them to win. I'm going to support them and I want them to win. But you've asked me to predict something, and that's for the first time ever. But yeah, I want them to win. I'm going to get excited when we're on the pitch.
I think it'll be closer. Could be a 0-1 draw. I hope not. I'm never going to shout that, but I hope, yeah. Someone's
winning that game.
Curlers, I'll laugh. It's either laugh or cry, so it's just covering the pain. Just covering the pain. Bless you, Zeo. Guys, it's been a fantastic show. Thank you again so much for coming on. Go and make sure you follow Zeo on all socials. Follow me, Soph Richo, as well, and Soph Richo with a kiss on the end of it as well on Instagram. Fingers crossed we get the win. I'm back with more content this week. I'm going to try and get a Spurs fan on. Hopefully, Expressions. I need to talk to him, actually. He did say, come on, so hopefully Expressions will come on and give us a preview for that Spurs game. But until then, guys, stay positive, keep smiling, and we'll see you very soon.